And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes. It's time to talk about the market in NBA 2K22, my team. Now, look, we got new primetime packs. I like to do 1 or 2 market videos a week just to chalk it up and talk about it. So let's see what's going on. First, we'll start with the agenda stuff. We got some dailies. I mean, the dailies don't really mean anything. Acquire a shoe colorway from the auction house. The only reason I'm bringing this one up is because the shoe colorways are up a little bit in price because of this. So if you have like gold ones, silver ones, bronze ones, you can all sell them across the board. People will spend a little bit more MT to get 100 XP, which is absolutely not worth it, but it's something to kind of go off. Get 7 assists with Grizzlies players. So Grizzlies players might be up like a couple hundred MT, but nothing crazy. If you have a holo card that can shoot threes, get this done. If not, whatever. Now, we obviously got our week 5 part 1 I talked about in my XP video earlier. There's no real MT to be made here except for the Flash 2 players, and those are already kind of on their way up because the Flash 2 packs disappeared. Win 3 domination games. Look, I recommend getting these done even if you're not going for XP period, because you do get draft like tickets. And draft mode is super rewarding, and it allows you to restart if you have a bad draft, which a lot of us seem to have bad drafts pretty often. So it's definitely helpful. But we got our Primetime 5 packs. Now, looking at the actual players, I like how I was just talking in straight YouTube voice for a second. Sometimes I do it on accident. It's like autopilot. I don't even mean to. Like, it just happens at this point. I don't use my normal voice. My friends make fun of me all the time about it. Sometimes I'll do it in public, like on accident, in just regular conversation, and it's like super embarrassing. So just looking at the cards in general, like, sometimes 2K, I'm convinced that for the actual like XP challenges and stuff like that, it's a random generator that they're using to determine what the cards have to do. Because why Danielle Marshall, whose whole thing is a 3-point sniping like combo forward, why you would have to get 10 blocks with this guy makes no sense, right? Assists with Mo Williams. I mean, he's more of a 3-point sniper too, but at least he plays point guard. It makes kind of sense. But like, why you have to get 10 blocks with Danielle Marshall, I don't understand. Now, if you have an original owner version, you have access to an extra 1,000 XP if you have both the cards as well. Get 5 rebounds and score 5 points. Now, look, that does decrease the value of Danielle Marshall in regards to the market, because like, you can't even do the one that's easier. I have to sit here and try to get 10 blocks with this dude, which is not worth 1,000 XP. It'd be better spent doing anything else. Score 10 points with original owner Primetime Mo Williams in a single game. Okay, Julius Randle has an easy one. Scored 25 points over multiple multiplayer games, which I did in like literally almost one game of Triple Threat. I scored like 23 points with him or something. And that is not indicative of my own skill. It's indicative of how good Julius Randle is. And I'll talk about him in a little bit too, but the agenda doesn't really have too much of an effect. So let's look at the cards that got released today and see if any of them are worth it, right? We'll start with Danielle Marshall. He is really solid, but until he goes down to below 2K, which I'm guessing he will, he's not going to be worth it. But if you can get him for lower than 2,000 MT, it's probably worth it, right? Like 6'9", 218, like decent wingspan. Like, he's okay. He's not going to dribble the ball. He's not going to be playing stellar defense. He plays okay defense at the absolute minimum, and he shoots relatively well. Like, he's got some good badges. He's not much different than, let me see, I can't remember if he's primary power forward or primary small forward, so give me a second. I think he's primary small forward. Oh no, he's primary power forward. Danielle Marshall is not much different than Robert Horry. Like, the free Robert Horry that we got, they are remarkably similar. Like, as far as like what they're going to bring to your team, they're basically the same. Robert Horry is a little bit more athletic, and he shoots about the same, so he is slightly better in my opinion. But Danielle Marshall is a much better perimeter defender, so it just kind of depends. But Danielle Marshall is basically a packable version of this Robert Horry if you didn't get him. He's not great, but he's not terrible. Mo Williams, my man Mo Money, he looks in pain. Like, he literally looks in pain in this picture. I just feel like out of all the photos of Mo Williams, I don't know why they got one where it looks like he is being punched repeatedly or he lost a loved one. I don't know why they picked this photo. Like, he looks like he's crying. And Drew Holiday looks at him like, are you okay? That being said, Mo Williams he's okay. Like, he's got a really slow jump shot that I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest with you. And it kind of sucks because the player that he is, he would benefit greatly from having a fast jump shot, and he does not have a fast jump shot. He has kind of a slow and sluggish jump shot. Let me take a look and see exactly what his jump shot base is, because I can't remember. So he has Joe Ingles base, which this year is kind of slow. And it is not good. He has a release 71 upper. He basically has the exact same jump shot as Walt Frazier. So look, if you don't like Mo Williams from like an offensive standpoint, you're not going to like Pink Diamond Walt Frazier. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Like, that needs to be understood before you sink all those tokens into him. If you're considering picking up Walt Frazier and you want to make sure he can shoot for you, go pick up Mo Williams, because this is basically Walt Frazier. Now, look, if you're looking to pick this Mo Williams card up, you'd be better off trying to outbid people than actually like picking him up for the price. Because I mean, his buyouts are like 6-7K right now on Xbox, and that's like way too much for Mo Williams. Like, for sure, you'd get him for cheaper by trying to go for bid. My recommendation, he's worth 3K at max, right? He is absolutely not worth 3,900 MT. If you can get him for lower than 3K, he's worth it. If you can't, he is absolutely not worth it. Now looking at the Amethyst, there's a lot more Drew Holidays than there was before. I take that back. There's like no Drew Holidays. This is crazy. He is not worth this price. I know. He is a very, very good point guard. My thing is, though, if you have to spend 59K on Drew Holiday, he's not worth it. He's not worth that price. If you're spending that amount of MT, you'd be better off going to get Fred VanVleet. I'm not even kidding, because he's like a quarter of the price. Like, you can get Fred VanVleet for like 25K. I would much rather spend 25K on Fred VanVleet than 50K on Drew Holiday. That being said, Drew Holiday is an absolute monster. Like, I'll be the first to tell you that this dude steals the ball more than any card in this game. If you're having to deal with like a Derrick Rose or a an Isaiah Thomas or anything like that, Drew Holiday is really the only thing you can do to stop that from occurring. Like, he will hold it down so hard. He basically has every defensive badge in the game. Plus, he's got like gold floor general. He has gold menace and gold ball stripper, which are super important badges that people do not talk about for some reason. Ball stripper especially. That means he can do that animation where he strips the ball when they're going up for a layup or a dunk. And that's super huge. Only Silver Hustler, but I believe it can be upgraded. If I'm not mistaken, if it can, that's huge. It cannot. That sucks. That actually sucks. But Silver's fine. You can give him higher quick first step too, which is definitely important. As far as badges that you can give him besides that, quick chain would definitely be helpful for sure. Anything dribbling based, stop and go, limitless takeoff. All right, he's not dunking like that. Don't give him that. There's really no point. Look, he is the best defensive point guard in the game. Very solid offensively too. He's got base 29, so he's got a really nice jump shot. Julius Randle though, this card. All right, I'll be honest. I said he looked pretty solid, and there are some glaring defensive issues, but my word, this card is so stupid. He might actually be one of the best offensive power forwards in the game. Like, I'm not kidding. This card is so ridiculously overpowered. Like, he is almost unstoppable. That jump shot 47 with Blake Griffin base, I almost just creamed. Dude, Julius Randle, King Julius is for real in this game. Like, this dude has one of the easiest to green jump shots in the game. And I thought it was just me, but apparently everybody else is having a very easy time greening jump shots with Julius Randle as well. If this is what Joel Embiid's base is going to be this year, Joel Embiid is going to be one of the most unstoppable cards in the game all year long. I'm not even kidding. Like, this is what his base is like on normal. It's a wrap, dude. The Blake Griffin upper is definitely having some effect as well. Like, it's a very easy to green upper on the jump shot. And uppers are way more important than you'd think. But Julius Randle is absolutely worth his price. For the price that he's going for, this is about the same price. Let's see exactly how cheap you can get Julius Randle for. He's basically going for the same price that you could get like Blake Griffin, basically. And I'll sit here and tell you right now, Julius Randle is leagues better than Blake Griffin. Like that Amethyst Blake that we got, significantly better. Like way better. Sorry, I was looking outside. I'm pretty sure someone just shot a weapon off over there. Either way, 29,000, 27, 27.5, about 26. Julius Randle is absolutely worth 26,000, like for sure. No question about it. At least at this point, I think so anyway. If you're looking for an offensive-minded power forward or a center, he's 6'8", so he's a little too small to play center. I think you could do a lot worse than grabbing Julius Randle. Like, he's basically the polar opposite of Dennis Rodman, where he's very, very good. Rodman is incredibly good defensively, and I personally like his jump shot a lot, but for the most part, people hate it, right? Julius Randle is not that. Like, his jump shot is super, super wet. And looking at the diamond guys, I mean, yeah, Zach LaVine's one of the best offensive cards in the game. I mean, he's not worth this price. Grant Hill is one of the most complete small forwards in the game, but also, like, unless you're qualifying for 250K or something, like, don't be spending this amount of money on a card at this point. Like, it's October 12th. You don't need to be spending this much MT on a card. Yeah, his card's fine. Like, he's great, but, like, it's not worth it at all. Now, looking at some other cards that might have come down a little bit, I was hoping my man Allen Iverson would come down a little bit. I still really want him, but that's not the case at all. Iguodala seemed to come down a little bit because we got Grant Hill, who's more of a defensive-minded wing. He's still way too expensive. Don't pull the trigger on him. Look, all these cards are going to be cheaper on Thursday night anyway, regardless what's coming out on Friday. People just panic sell on Thursday night so much that it's going to end up, like, basically tanking the market regardless. One guy that came down in price a lot is Stephon Marbury. It looks like he's gone right back up. The market this year has no rhyme or reason, I swear. Like, it doesn't. One card I'm selling right now is Bradley Beal because I don't need him anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and sell him. 19K is a little bit low. He is still a really, really good offensive card if that's what you're looking for in your lineup. 6'3" is a little bit small, but he can still hold it down. Looking at the signature series, if you have any of the Blake Griffins, I recommend getting rid of the Blakes. Like, if you can. You know, when possible. If you like Big Blake, that's fine. I totally understand. You can definitely keep him, but, like, we just have two. I'm not going to say Dennis Rodman is a better option. He's a different option. We got him and Julius Randle, which are two different options at the power forward that I think are both very usable and both at least the same price or cheaper than Blake Griffin. Karl Anthony Towns, still a great center option, by the way. Like, if you're looking to spread the floor, like, he can really hold it down. And he blocks a bunch of shots, shockingly. Other cards that you can look to sell, Terrence Ross. Like, he's going for, like, 7, 8K. And you can replace his production for significantly cheaper than this. Now, looking at the flash guys, any of the glitch cards, like, they're going to be cheaper because the flash packs are gone. Dennis Rodman, I'm not even kidding. I don't think he's worth selling at this price. Like, I think he's worth keeping. That's just me, though. Isaiah Thomas, way too expensive, not worth it. Dikembe, also pretty expensive. I think we're going to get another shooting center pretty soon, so I would chill out on him. Anthony Davis still stupidly expensive. Like, Derrick Rose, Dominique. I'll say it again. I've said it in so many videos, and I'll continue to say it. Jason Richardson is better than Dominique Wilkins and literal fraction of the price. Just go pick him up. That's the last I'm going to say it. Kawhi Leonard is still so expensive, dude. It's actually crazy. Like, how expensive this card is. I might have to sell him, dude. Like, this is just too much MT to walk away from. Also, don't have your cards graded before putting them up, please. Like, just don't. This guy's a near mint Kawhi Leonard and has him up for 55. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of the cheapest Kawhis, and he has near mint. So it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. I'm just saying. Like, all right, so looking at some other stuff, shoes. Now, look, shoes don't mean anything at this point. Like, this Air More Up-Tempo shoe is worth $13.8. I'm going to put it up. What's up with this Foam Posit? $11.7. Yeah, I'll sell both of them for $11.7. Like, you know what I mean? it's better for me to have this MT than it is to actually like keep a hold of this shoe or craft a shoe at this point. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It's 12.9. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter whatsoever. If I can sell this for like 10K plus, like, I'm going to be stoked on that. Shoe boosts are the same thing. Now, here's something that I've noticed a lot, and I don't think it's really like worthwhile, right? When you look at the actual shoe boosts, the diamond shoe boosts are significantly more expensive than the gold ones. Look, if you're looking to boost boost a player's like speed, or if you're looking to boost their three-pointer or anything like that, I promise for the most part, it's just smarter to grab a gold +3 than it is to grab a diamond +4. Like, if we're looking at strength, right? Only 2,900 for strength as a diamond, because it's not that important. By the way, strength is very important if you have an interior player that you need to boost up. So like putting strength on someone like Julius Randle will help him guard the post a little bit more. But 2,900. Now let's look at the gold one. 300 MT. You're paying literally quintuple the price. I don't know if that's accurate math. Don't judge me on it. For a literal +1 boost. Same thing goes for every single one of these gold ones. Just buy a gold one. It works the same. Just buy a gold one. You don't need that +1. I promise that +1 is not worth an extra like 10K. It's not. Don't do it. Just stick with the gold ones for now, unless you already have the diamond one. Honestly, at that point, you're probably better off just selling the diamond one and then picking up a gold one and throwing that on your shoe if you plan on using them. Just because some of the shoes you can't even sell, which is super annoying. As far as badges go, nothing's really up too much. Like, the only badges that are really, really expensive right now are going to be like clamps. Clamps is good. Gold badges are up. Bronze badges are down. It'll flip towards the middle of the year. Silver and bronze badges will start to be more expensive than gold badges towards the middle of the year. So something to think about now. That's typically how it goes. Like, gold clamps will be 7, 8K now, and then it'll turn into like astronomical prices, probably like 10 or 15K in like December, and then they'll just drop to basically being worth nothing in like April. Whereas like bronze clamps will do a complete flip. Like, this is worth like not very much right now, and then come like January, February, these will be worth like 10, 15K. That's usually how it goes. They up the odds for gold badges, drop the odds for bronzes, and then people are looking to badge out their cards to make them competitive for the rest of the year. That's when you can make a lot of MT, so that's something to think about there. One more thing that I wanted to mention before I get up out of here. Sell your unlimited contracts. Do not put them on players. I promise, I've done the math. Like, it's not worth it. The amount of time it would take you to get to like 35, 36,000 is ridiculous. Like, it's better to sell it for a quick 35 now. And the only Evo I will tell you to do, or not Evo, I'm sorry. The only exchange I would tell you to do is the diamond contract one, because I actually did the math on this. And let's take a look here. So the amount of which you could sell all of these contracts for right now with the 10% taken out. So with the 10% taken out, you can sell these for, let me do this math here. 6,300. 8,100. So you can sell every single one of these contracts individually for about 21,150 MT. That's with the 10% already taken out. Now, if you were to go and just straight up sell this unlimited contract that you get, you would make 31,000, so 10,000 more. My point is, it's actually better to do this in exchange for this, especially if you open packs. So, as always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I will be back tomorrow with streams and more content. So, peace out, guys.